the Offer Your Voice podcast. I'm your host, Michelle.
And I'm your host, Jeana.
And we're so glad you're here with us today. We've been so excited about the launch of Offer Your Voice. We've been planning it for a few months now.
Yes.
And just getting things in the works and ready to go. So tell us, Jeana, why are we doing a podcast?
Well, it's a great question, Michelle. And the truth is, there isn't a great answer except for why not do a podcast?
I like it.
Because there are 5 million podcasts out there right now. So when you
Quite a few.
think about that, it could be daunting and even a little scary to even start something new. But the truth is, when I looked it up, because I am curious about such things, that there are 159 billion book titles in the world. So when you think about that, 2.2 million new titles every single year.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's
5 million podcasts, 159 billion book titles. I would never tell an author to put down their pen or to stop writing. So
or an artist to put down their paintbrush.
Absolutely. That's right. So why would I tell anyone not to use their voice, to offer their voice, to start a podcast in whatever way that looks like? Everybody's got something to say. Everyone has a story. That's part of our philosophy, kind of our vision. So Michelle, though, why this name? Why Offer Your Voice?
Yeah, well, that's interesting, Jeana. Several years ago, I would often, when, hashtags were a thing, I would often do a blog or do a post that I felt sort of passionate about. And I would do hashtag Offer Your Voice because I felt like everybody has something to say, something to offer that's from their own perspective. And amazingly, of course, living in the United States of America, we have freedom of speech. We have our First Amendment right. Everybody has something that they can say and they have a place to say it. And so for a podcast, for a platform, for a blog, for a book, for whatever it is that you want to offer your voice for, you have the opportunity to do that. And so I just figured, let's take our opportunity.
Yeah.
This is the time. This is the time. And so many people are, I think, feel often like they don't have a voice or they don't have anywhere to offer that. And so we want the podcast to be that in context to community and to all the things that we care about. Of course, one of those primary things we care about is coffee. We are actually doing the podcast above Brown Dog Coffee Shop, which is one of our sponsors for the podcast today. And so Brown Dog Coffee is part of this space and what we're doing because coffee opens up the place for conversations.
Yes.
It sort of disarms people. It gives people a place to sit down with a ritualistic kind of opportunity to have a rhythm of life and set aside a moment to share with someone and the things that are on their heart, that are on their minds. And so that's kind of our philosophy, our thoughts is just, hey, we're going to have coffee and conversations.
That's right.
That's going to be what we do.
And we're right above the coffee shop here in our event space, BDC Events. So this is where we get to have this wonderful podcast in this beautiful 2,500 square foot space that we're so grateful to have started the journey on that as well. As life transitions us from old things into new things, sometimes it can be such a beautiful awakening and such a blossoming of moments. And so we're just excited to be able to offer our voice, to hear you offer your voice. And we want to begin those conversations and create the community, as Michelle said, those connections. And if you've ever been in a coffee shop, which I'm sure most of you have, it is such a place where you can't walk in one where people aren't meeting together and, gathered for whatever purpose, whether it's a business meeting or old friends, grabbing coffee and chatting, catching up. Maybe it's an interview. Maybe it's who knows what. So many possibilities and opportunities. But it really is about that conversation and creating and cultivating that atmosphere. And so that's something we want to do here. That's in our podcast. It is something that's already created in Brown Dog Coffee. So we're excited to roll out.
One thing that Jeana mentioned was that everyone has a story. We really want to have different people on the podcast. We want to have different perspectives. Sometimes it often sort of is difficult for people to have conversations who have maybe different deeply held beliefs.
Yeah.
And we believe in the availability to take time and share with one another what are the things that are on your heart or on your mind? And like you mentioned, everybody having a story.
Yes.
One of the things that we want to do right off the bat, because Brown Dog is a big sponsor of Safe Haven of Pender and Duplin County, which is our domestic violence shelter. And they have a lot of community outreach and support. And we're very, very connected with their director, Tracy, but also a lot of their staff and connections with the people. And so we are going to have Tracy on the podcast soon to tell her story, her journey from her young life to now being the director, helping other people out of that. But I mean, we have so many folks that are already excited to be a part and share their story and offer their voice. And that's what we want to do. So we hope you'll continue to be on the journey with us and that you'll be a part of the community. Even give us some feedback in the comment section. We're going to have this on YouTube and all other platforms for the podcast platforms. And we just want you to kind of give us some thoughts. What is it you want to hear about? What would you like to have us interview folks about so that we can actually build a community here? That's what we want. And then one day, even if you're in Burgaw, you can come up and see us at the coffee shop, which would be so great.
Would be great. Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about yourself? Tell them about who you are. Who's Michelle?
Sure. Well, yes, my name is Michelle Hilliard, and I own Brown Dog Coffee, as we mentioned. And Jeana and I together co-own BDC Events space up here above the coffee shop, which has been a great venture. We started last fall, and we're super excited about it because so many people have really enjoyed it. I've always wanted more space in the coffee shop. So this overflow for a coffee shop space is amazing. But then also we have all kinds of events that people book out for baby showers. We even had a small wedding in January that was beautiful. We have capacity for 50 folks. It actually could be much more than that, but because of our fire safety situation, right now currently we're at 50 capacity, but we can easily, once we do amendments of that, then it'll be potentially for 100 folks. So that's amazing. But for now, we've had amazing events here, and so that's been incredible. And then additional to that, I am a Pender County native, grew up in Pender Lee, graduated from Pender High, and then I went down to Georgia for college at Emmanuel College, and then was there for 15 years in Georgia, just north of Atlanta. Did a lot of ministry, missions work, nonprofit world, that whole kind of scene. And then when I moved back home, I had no idea that Brown Dog Coffee was in my future. Did not expect that, but it was a door that I could not have opened myself, but just I'm grateful.
You won some coffee.
I did. I actually won coffee for a year once I moved back home back in 2014. So for the year of 2015, I had won coffee and began to cultivate a great relationship, coffee and conversations with the previous owners, Donna and Barry, and they were just wonderful. And so I just fell in love with them and love with the coffee shop. And then it was a great sort of natural outflow for ministry because connection, that's what it's all about. Just people, connection, community. And so that's been our goal and our heart behind it.
That's good.
So what about you, Jeana? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Short story. Grew up in Florida, moved to Virginia, went to, just going to give you the Cliff Notes or Spark Notes. They say. Yeah, I know. I just aged myself.
It's okay. But, all the Gen Xers know what Cliff Notes are.
That's right. They do. Then went to Liberty University, met my husband there. His name is Ashley. We have 4 boys, now ages 17, 19, 21, and 23. So yeah, they're great.
They are
awesome.
amazing. Yes.
And
I concur.
Yeah. I work for the Chamber of Commerce. I own this with Michelle, this beautiful space. And I also have a little candy business called Momski Sweets, because that's what the fellas call me, Momski.
Yeah.
So
it's perfect name.
Yeah. So that's that in a wrap. But also am a believer that people have a story. All people have a story. And even what you see isn't, like, there might be a hard exterior. What's your story? There may be a tender exterior. What's your story? Everyone's got a story.
That's right.
Don't judge a book by its cover. There's so much in people. And yes, like Michelle said, we definitely want to have different beliefs and different thoughts, and that's how we grow.
That's right.
It keeps us sharp. It keeps us tender toward one another as well.
Compassionate, empathetic.
Let's learn. Yeah,
exactly.
So Michelle and I also really love quotes. We love words. Michelle's a wordsmith, but
and Jeana's an author. She's got a beautiful book.
But we do love quotes. So we will be ending each episode with a quote. And so, in the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that.
And love is the most powerful force in the universe. We hope you guys will come along with us on this journey and that you'll offer your voice right along with us. Till next time, see you down the road.